Hello and welcome back to another video in the Lego room. Today is a very exciting day because I've got a little bit of time to myself. Sorry if you're watching Mrs. Bricker. Today I've got a bit of free time, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start working on the MOC that I had previously sort of hinted at in a couple of other videos. It's going to be a sort of hogsmade, Prisoner of Azkaban-esque snowy MOC, and if you watch the mini vlog you will have seen myself with my sort of conveyor belt of helpers packing up some boxes at the pab wall, and we're going to sort of use some of those pieces today. I'm not entirely sure how much I'm going to reveal this video. This video must also be done over the course of a couple of weeks because I don't think I have everything I need. I may have to order some more parts. I've already ordered some parts from Bricklink, and I'm going to show you now what I got from Bricklink as well as what I got at the pab wall, and you'll probably be able to put together in your mind what this is going to look like when it's done. So let's dive into it. Starting with the pab box, and this has been absolutely filled to the brim thanks to my helpers, and loads of masonry in this in a couple of different colours, which you'll be able to see on the very top. You've got the arched sort of bridge pieces there on top as well. Tons of different little plates as well. You've got some 4x4 grey plates, and you've got some 4x6 white plates as well. Some dark greyish blue in there as well. Some ferns and some leaf elements that I got from Bricklink as well. Really nicely packaged, those ones there. 100 translucent tiles. I've still already got some translucent tiles, but I thought I'd grab a couple more to create a sort of icy effect. Dark reddish brown was one of the other things that I really needed quite a bit of. And you've also got some 4x6 green plate there as well. That'll really help around the Whomping Willow. And some dark greyish blue tiles as well. And one of the things that I'm going to add as well is we've got all of the pieces of the advent calendar from 2023, which is of course a Hogsmade style advent calendar. You get Aberforth in there, and there's also a couple of characters that have on their sort of winter attire, scarves, jumpers, hats, that kind of thing. They'll be more appropriate than some of the figures that you get with the Shrieking Shack. I'm certainly thinking at least about Harry, Ron and Hermione. Their versions that you get from the advent calendar will be a lot more appropriate for this MOC. So that's something that's going to be added on. We've also got to basically start a whole nother base plate because I've started the first two. They need a lot of detailing, but the third one is a complete blank canvas. But I do need to try and get the 3 broomsticks onto it, and I also need to try and get Honeydukes onto half of it because I'm trying to avoid expanding this into a 6 base plate MOCs that just command so much space in this room. And with that said, I'm probably going to move it out of this room and onto a bigger table somewhere else because I've just got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of parts, a lot of sets that are being added to it, as well as a couple of base plates as well. So I'm probably going to move it away from my work desk, which actually already has a set on at the moment. I don't even know if you can see it from the camera there, but it has another set on from another video that I'm doing. So I'm going to move it out of the room, and I'm going to move it downstairs as well, so wish me luck getting that down the stairs. Hopefully the next clip is with a complete MOC in another room. Very pleased to announce that everything sort of just about stayed together. Some of the pieces, like the water fountain situation, the trees, they're not quite in one piece, but I was planning on modifying them anyway. So yeah, all in all, not too bad. Pretty pleased with the fact that it's all in one piece, but getting it back upstairs when it's done, that could be the real trick. So here it is. I've put it off long enough. It's my Lego Harry Potter Prisoner of Azkaban MOC, Hogsmade all the way through to the Shrieking Shack, and I would like it to be a little bit bigger, but space is a constraint, and I've decided to sort of shrink it down to a couple of base plates. You can see the golden trio in their winter attire there, and you've got the post box. I think that was from the advent calendar last year. A little owl and a letter as well. Nice touch. What I am pleased about with this particular part of it is the incline between the white brick and the shack. What I'm trying to recreate is the sort of depth that you see in Prisoner of Azkaban when Ron and Hermione are looking out towards the Shrieking Shack. Ideally, I'd like to put some tiles down over the white brick, but that's maybe for a little bit in the future. At the back, you can see the tree from the Expecto Patronum Harry and Sirius set from a couple of years ago. They just had to modify it slightly to take the Sirius side of it out, so you could put it on the back, and you may even be able to see Wolf Lupin there in the back as well. And you've got a gravelly track leading way down to that. So still a little bit of small detailing I'd like to do, including the gravel track. I'd like to get a few more different 1x1 studs in there, because I've done a slightly better job, I think, in the next section where the Whomping Willow is. As we move to the right hand side, you can see Draco, winter version of Draco there, and you might even be able to spot who is behind Have You Seen This Wizard poster. I just thought it was quite a fun place to put him. I've got Dean Thomas with his winter outfit there. I felt like he was necessary. There was nowhere else to really put him, so he's a little out of place in front of the Whomping Willow, but he is on a gravel track. And I've gone for a sort of a spikier grass green texture on where the Whomping Willow is, because I didn't really want to just have one level of grass, like one plate of grass or one level of brick. I wanted to create different levels to it and put a lot of different pieces of fern and different flowers in there as well. So it is a little bit aggressive looking, but I think that does suit the Whomping Willow in general. And the Whomping Willow was actually the most difficult thing. You may even be able to see the Technic pin just underneath the branches there. It still has the Technic pin in so that it can still rotate and swing, but I did have to completely recreate the structure of the base and take the original plate off, because it just doesn't sit correctly on an angle, as you can probably imagine. So I had to create a new structure for it to be angled and so that it would still rotate when you use it. So I'm actually pretty proud of the fact that it still works and operates how it should. As we move to the right hand side, you'll see throughout there's a variety of different lampposts. I've got a couple that are the same, but I've put a couple of different ones in there for variation. You can also see the wheelchair wizard from Diagon Alley. He's got a cookie in hand there. And these pieces that are on the bridge is something that I found at the pub wall, and it actually looks very similar, if not the same, to the pieces that are on the 3 broomsticks. And I just wanted to create that royal regal kind of feel to it. It looks fantastic, and as we move in behind it, you'll be able to see the water fountain that is a split opinion actually in the very short period of time that I've had it displayed, which is it a frozen piece of water or is it water in the motion of being a sort of fountain? I guess that's completely up for debate. You can see a ton of masonry bricks in behind it. You may also be able to spot Sirius Black in the back there as well. I know he's in 2 areas, but I just thought it was a nice little knick-knack for the set. You may also be able to see the mountainous sort of bit in the very back there, which is from the original Shrieking Shack set, and it's got the cloud on top of it as well. So that's probably where I should be putting Lupin, but I'm just going to leave it for now. As we move towards the 3 broomsticks, you've got Rita Skeeter in there. I just wanted to get Rita Skeeter in. There's absolutely no particular reason why she is in this scene, but I think it's a really, really nice looking minifigure, and I wanted to get her in there. She's got a quill and ink there, a magic pen. And as we move over to the 3 broomsticks, Madame Rosmerta is out front with her cup and a tankard of ale or butterbeer. I think that was in the advent calendar last year. She's waiting for her mate McGonagall there, and you've got a couple of the Christmas trees from the advent calendar last year as well, you can see in shot. And if I pan out in a moment's time, you'll be able to see a couple of Dementors at the top of the 3 broomsticks, a callback to her saying sending Dementors into her pub every night, and there they are on the top corner. Honeydukes adds a bit of life and a bit of colour to this whole scene. You've got a witch with a sweet treat out front, as well as Mr. and Mrs. Flume at the front of the shop, and a ton of little sweet treats. And I had to get Aberforth in. It's a really nice looking colour, and I've got him just on the end with his cup and the Hogwarts arrow sign. So that is just about it, and I'll probably add some more details to the build. If I add a substantial amount of details, I will be sure to do a short video showing you what I've added to this scene, or indeed if I do expand it by a couple of base plates. But a really fun scene, and one that I'll keep up over the festive season, as it's got that festive snowy feel. It's certainly a staple in our home for watching Harry Potter over the festive season. If you're a Lego Harry Potter fan, don't forget to follow or subscribe to the channel on whatever platform you're watching this video on. Drop the video a like if you did enjoy it, and I will see you in the very next video.